never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late to go vegan. I am 60. I went vegan at 58. Almost 59. Reason one, for the animals. Have you ever just absolutely hated the Yulin Dog Festival? If you don't know the Yulin Dog Festival, this is a festival that's held in Yulin, China. They round up dogs specifically to be eaten. It's pretty bad. You have dogs just packed in a cage. You see people taking them off the trucks and just like throwing them on the ground, throwing these cages on the ground with sometimes 8-10 dogs in a cage. Anyway, they pretty much kill the dogs, cook them up, and people enjoy eating their flesh. It's pretty nasty stuff. It can really get you going. I actually paid attention to that, the eating of dogs and cats, and I was mad and I was angry, and it just threw me. How could people do that to dogs and cats? You can go anywhere around the world. This happens to pigs, chickens, and cows every single day. Just the handling of them. They're killed in front of each other, just like the dogs. It doesn't make it any more right just because this is a pig, a chicken, or a cow. Look at this. Look at this snow. We're later in March now. What a wonderland. And so, of course, while I'm enjoying the snow, I did want to say a few words about the Yulin Dog Festival. Now, obviously, a lot of people think everybody in China eats dog. That is not the reality. There are cultural reasons actually for eating dogs, so you've got to be a little sensitive here. But the thing is the majority of Chinese do not. The Yulin Dog Festival raised a lot of controversy. There are a lot of activists that have tried to shut it down. Apparently it's only been going on since 2010. It's very disheartening. Not only dogs, but also cats are eaten as well, and it is not a pretty picture. No way, no way, no way. Please, whether you're going vegan or whether you're not going vegan, don't be silent about this matter. Voice your disgust. As a world society, this is something that really needs to be shut down. Reason two, your health. I can tell you about almost 2 years ago when I first went vegan. I was not in good health. I'm being visited by my dog right now. Photo bomber. Little photo bomber. My health was actually not so good. Pretty bad. Really. I was 59, that I could barely move. I was in pain pretty much at all times. Always had a runny nose. Never really felt good at all. And, you know, why not? When you eat meat, when you eat dairy products, when you eat eggs, there's a buildup of acids in your system, especially uric acid, and it creeps into your joints. Your joints are achy. It's one of the things that I noticed that went away pretty much right away. Now, there is an issue of my heart health. I did have a heart attack. That was after going vegan, but it was just too little too late for me. And I can tell you, though, that from what I've heard from the doctors, going vegan actually was my best choice. There's a diet out there called the Mediterranean diet, which limits quite a bit of meat, quite a bit of fat, quite a bit of oils, and that seems to be the going diet as far as what anybody will tell you about heart issues and heart health. That's kind of what's recommended. But cutting out meat altogether, cutting out dairy altogether, cutting out eggs or any other animal product that I may or may not have mentioned, it makes an incredible difference. I can move around. You saw me out playing in the snow 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I probably would not even have done that. I would have been so cold, and I would be afraid that I was going to fall. That I've gone from a stiff person to a person that's much more energetic, much more rested, and much more adjusted to life and healthier. I've got to say, too, that I haven't had a cold in about a year. I've had days when I haven't felt too well and sore throats and things like that. Veganism is not a cure-all, but just not having a cold in about a year, that says something right there. And then plus there's other stuff too. Once you give up meat, a lot of things change. You're not going to get a sudden surge of energy and it's like, wow! What will happen is gradually, day by day, every day you get up, you'll be a little better than the day before. And a great rule of thumb actually for a plant-based diet is to stay nutritious. You don't want a lot of Oreos, you don't want a lot of Skittles. Follow a plant-based diet and as eat healthy, eat your fresh vegetables, eat your legumes, eat your starches, stay away from white starches, don't include too much fat. This all follows the teachings of Dr. Caldwell Essylsten, and I highly recommend that you get a hold of some of his literature on the matter of reversing heart disease with a vegan diet. There are so many other doctors out there that are plant-based. Dr. Michael Gregor, Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Pay attention to what they're saying as far as what you should eat, and you'll probably find your life will go very, very well. The more you can stay with whole foods, plant-based, the better off you'll be. I highly suggest checking into this because it can make such a big difference in your life. Essylsten had found, what he found from doing his studies is he could completely go in and reduce heart disease. Check it out. I think you'll be fascinated. I really feel the need to put this out here. I do a lot of research, but I am not a medical professional. If there is any chance that going on a vegan diet may be bad for your health, check with your doctor. I find that there are doctors out there that very much are into a plant-based diet. I find that there are doctors that will support you in that. Not every doctor will be, say, supportive, but they are out there. You may want to find one. You may want to check with them and see if you can just withdraw from meat like that. It may have to be a gradual thing. There are a lot of vegans out there that they're doing it for the animals. I'm one that's doing it for the animals, and I'd love to see this whole world turn vegan, but at the same time, I don't want to compromise anyone's health. I remember the first time I ever approached a doctor about going vegetarian. Basically, she was good enough to tell me about how to treat salads and to make dressings that aren't necessarily laden with oil and sugar. I've also had a doctor tell me, oh, well, you can eat regular. And I guess regular to her meant to eat meat. I guess she thought that I was going on some kind of wild and crazy diet. I'm not sure what the reason was, but anyway, you can kind of see the difference there. But there are doctors that will support anybody that's going more plant-based, and more you find them out there. I just wanted to put that there because I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to have anybody have health issues because of me. There are things that you can do, especially if you're eating a lot of meat right now. You don't want to shock your system, and that is a possibility. If it has to be a gradual change, it has to be a gradual change. That's all I wanted to say. Reason number 3 for the environment. And then, of course, there is the environment. The environment is a resource, and the environment is great. It's beautiful, and nature is everything. Not much of a statistician, but there are other people out there who have really done a lot of groundwork on the statistics of what it costs to raise beef, what it takes from our natural resources. It's destroying much land. The runoff from chicken farming is being put into the oceans, and it's causing the animals there to be sick. And there's quite a bit of harm that it's actually doing to our environment. It takes much less land, takes much less resource, much less water to actually grow plant-based food. I wish I were good with numbers, but I'm really not, so I'll stay out of that. Numbers are a beautiful thing. They really are. I just wish that I were more proficient with them, but that's not my calling, so I'll leave it at that. So statistically, I'm not a genius, but I can tell you that the rainforests are being eaten up by cattle ranching. Cattle ranching is big. It really takes a lot of resources. Fish farms are no better. Actually, you have quite a few fish put into a concentrated area. Most of the fish are sick in that area with flukes and all kinds of diseases because they're concentrated, put into an unnatural environment where there are many fish, overpopulations of fish, all surrounded by a net. If you want more information on this, if you like to go on YouTube, you can definitely look at some of the statistics brought out by Mike the Vegan. Bite Size Vegan actually does have some statistics. I don't think she posts very much anymore, but she still has her whole line of vegan activists videos for anybody to watch. Also, if you really want to see a great movie on how this world is being very damaged by the meat industry, you can watch the movie Cowspiracy. If you haven't heard of it before, I really suggest that you go in and watch it. It is just fantastic. It will tell you all about the horrors of the meat industry, which is never a bad thing to know about. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.